Hello everyone, welcome to the Daily Workout, and today it's all about quarterly business plans. Was that catching your attention? I'm Angela Critz, the MD of the Recruiting Gym, and I love quarterly business plans. I'm also a dog lover as well, so hopefully we've piqued your interest. Those ears are up. Well, let's get into what a quarterly business plan is all about. Well, first and foremost, why are they so important in recruitment? We find that the recruitment year splits perfectly into quarters. There tends to be trends that happen throughout quarters. It's also a nice long-term planning strategy for a recruiter. You talk about a quarter in most business environments and they'll be like, yeah, that's short term. Not in a recruiter's life. Daily, weekly, yeah, that's short term. Monthly, we're medium term. Quarterly, in a recruiter's life, they're thinking that's longer term. And ideally, you want 4 quarterly plans that do actually add up to your annual business plan, and that's the long term. But at the moment, let's just focus on the quarters and make sure that the detail is in there. So, what are the benefits? Well, having a plan, having a focus, knowing where you're going is really critical to make sure that you are on track, that you are heading in the right direction, that you do every now and again just step away from what you're doing and look at the direction and take your time to analyse, to make sure that you are looking at the information, working out what it's telling you. Are you being effective? Are you being efficient? Is there something you could be doing better? And putting that into your plans and your strategy. And what we find is recruiters are just so busy every day, head down, work, work, work. They don't get the chance to do this. And they either get somewhere or they don't. But a lot of the time, they're not sure where that's going to be. And it might be good, it might be bad, it might be in the middle. So, quarterly business plans are there to actually give you that direction that you need and to motivate you along the way. So for me, that's one of the critical things of one of the benefits is that it should be a motivating factor. It helps you get across the line. It helps you achieve whatever your objectives and targets are. Because if you're nearly there with 3 weeks left to go in the quarter, you are going to work hard to make sure that you get to that point. Unfortunately, a lot of the time we don't necessarily have that direction. We carry on and we sort of we miss targets along the way, and that's not great for anyone. So let's look at what's actually in a quarterly business plan. Well, first and foremost, you need a vision, a long-term vision. This is likely to be for a year's length, and that vision then should keep directing you. So you start your quarterly business plan with that vision to then direct you as to, am I going in the right direction or not? Is this what I want to achieve? Is this important to me? Then that's followed up by the specifics. So SMART objectives, key things that you want to achieve in that quarter. And that could be a number, a statistic, a ratio, an increase, but it needs to be specific. What is it that you want to achieve? What we have got for you is an example of a quarterly business plan of one that a recruitment consultant would use, and therefore you can have a look through the detail there around the performance objectives. And it's quite easy to have 10 objectives in a quarter to be focusing on because a lot of them will link together. If you achieve one, you've got to do another. Revenue targets, yes, so objectives and revenue, they'll come together, making sure that you want to have a target that your company's probably given you and maybe a stretch target in there as well, something that you want to go for yourself. That then links to the activity target. So it's through your SWOT analysis, it's through going through all the data, and yes, KPIs come in here, that it will actually break down your revenue down to what do I actually have to do on a daily and a weekly basis that will get me where I need to go. Once we've got those targets right, where are we going to focus them? So we need a client development plan and we need a candidate development plan. The two must link together and match. And on Wednesday's session, you're going to have the details of what those plans actually incorporate so that you can go into detail and actually start working on your own strategies in there. But with your clients, looking at your existing, your potential, your lapsed, who is it that is on that list, and what are you going to do to make sure that they stick with you or they use you. Key account management is a part of that as well, making sure that you're keeping those larger companies happy. The candidate development plan, as I say, links to the client one, and again, you've got existing candidates, lapsed, who's on your database, who are live, who are hot candidates, who are not, and what are you doing to talent pool for the future to make sure that you're going to have the candidates you need for when the clients come off, for the ones that you're going after. And in both of those, you have to decipher, well, what's the training and development I need? And this is the one bit that links into your annual appraisals. So that training and development to move you forwards, to help you achieve what you want to do. What is it you're going to do in the next quarter? And when you do quarterly business plans, the aim is that you review the last quarter and gather all the detail on the stats and what you achieved, and then you plan for the next quarter. So although we're talking about quarterly business plans, they cover 6 months worth of information. 3's already gone, can't do much about that now, but how's that driving your next 3 months plan? So that training and development element, what have you had already? What's worked for you? What's not? What you've put into practice? And then for the next quarter, what do you still need help with? And it could be same topics and developing more, could be something totally new. In your quarterly plan, you might have a special project. So it might be something that only happens once a year or so that goes into the plan to focus on, something that you want to develop. Could even be a new sector that you're looking at or a new division, and therefore you've got a special project. It could be as simple as the Christmas party, and that's a special project that you're working on. So what is it? You don't always have to have one. That one is optional. And of course, an action plan at the end of it. So therefore, set it out with the dates, what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and make sure that by you get to the end of the quarter, you have actually achieved what you wanted to achieve. So all these elements go into your quarterly business plan. There's a lot in here, isn't there? Looking at breaking it down and how you can actually utilise it. I'm not going to go through all of these, but taking it step by step, utilising maybe the document as a starting point to help you to start looking at how am I going to make sure that I do all of these things over the next quarter to achieve my end result, my end goal, and that vision that I've set for myself. Okay, well, thank you for that. I'll run through of a quarterly business plan, what's involved in it. Obviously, there's a lot of detail there. Download the document and put it into practice. Start gathering all your data for this first quarter. Keep on top of it so that by the time you get to another few weeks and you get to the end of the quarter, you've then got your review and you can utilise all of that information to plan forwards. All right, thanks ever so much, everyone.